I wrote this song shortly after we started having children. And since we just had our first grandchild with another on the way, seems like an appropriate time to record this song. It's called Children Are a Gift of the Lord. And it comes from Psalm 127. I'm going to read verses 3 through 5. Behold, children are a gift of the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward. Like arrows in the hand of a warrior, so are the children of one's youth. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. They will not be ashamed when they speak with their enemies in the gate. A simple truth Rachel and Elizabeth knew, and yet it's so amazing. Sarah laughed when she heard the news. Hannah and Rebecca knew and lifted up their eyes, knowing only one can blessing of a child. Because children are a gift of the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a heavenly reward. Like hand, how blessed is the man whose quiver's full of them. Children are a gift of the Lord. We must always remember this and dedicate ourselves again and again to love and teach and pray for them and give them back to Him. Because children are a gift. The fruit of the womb is a heavenly reward. Like arrows in a warrior's hand, how blessed is the man whose quiver's full of them. Children are a gift of the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a heavenly reward. Like arrows in a warrior's hand, how blessed is the man whose quiver's full of them. Children are a gift of the Lord. And that is one of my favorite songs. I love to sing it and play it. And I probably don't need to say much about it other than, I guess at the time we were really wrestling with how many kids do we want to have? And then, we had been praying for years. Beth and I didn't have children for 9 years. And we've been praying for so long. And then when we had our third one on the way, I think we were thinking, well, how many do we want to have? How many do we want God to bless us with, And so we just decided to take as many as God would give us. And we really started thinking about how our culture, at least, some in our culture, don't really think of children as a blessing. They think of them more as a problem or, an obstacle to their life of happiness and whatever. And that's just really sad. I really do think that our culture has some unbiblical, at least, but some bad ideas about children. And so we were fortunate enough that God blessed us with 6. I know not everybody can have that many. Not everybody can have kids at all, but God blessed us with 6, and they have been a blessing to us, every single one of them. And, we're looking forward to this era of grandchildren as well. Behold, children are a gift of the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward. No one has a baby unless God says so. And that's what we learned from 9 years of waiting. And so it's just God's design, The first command in the Bible, in fact, is have sex and make babies. Remember that? First thing God said to mankind, first command, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it. And he's never rescinded that command. And so I think we need to have babies. We need to have a lot of babies. Be fruitful and multiply. First command in the Bible, isn't that something? And, there have been a lot of countries that have gotten themselves in trouble by trying to limit the number of kids that parents have, like China. Had a one-child policy for a long time, and they're in trouble now because their population is aging. The number of old people in their country far exceeds those who are younger, so they're in trouble. And so children are a blessing in many, many ways. Children are a blessing. For parents, this song is my encouragement to you that children are a blessing. Ultimately, may seem like a great idea to limit yourself to 1 or 2, but if God blesses you, if you're able, then I encourage you to have a quiver full of kids, a quiver full of babies. Grace and peace.